Neon Trash. Tommy the Hammer here, hanging out with BC, Johnny Rocket, Adam McDougallies. It is Johnny Rocket's pick this December. What are we watching tonight, Johnny boy?
My holiday pick, I have none other than The Wiz, starring Diana Ross and Michael Jackson.
Wow.
That's right, folks. I'm dipping into my February Black History Month stash a little early here for something that I think is, well, very family appropriate. Like, this is something actually my wife picked up that she used to watch when she was a little girl, and she wanted to show the kids, and it's just a super fun film. I love musicals, and it's been a hot minute since we've done one, so it's about gosh darn time.
Check out the trailer. Peep that shit!
So proud going to see The Wiz. When I wake up in the afternoon, which please if me to do. Don't nobody bring me no bad news. I wake up all better than negative, and I'm buying up my views. So don't nobody bring me no bad news.
Welcome back, everybody. We just got done watching The Wiz, which is where it is for tonight on Neon Trash. First impressions, this is, as John would say, a full-fat musical. Yeah, I mean, Jesus, like, I think it's like 2 hours, 16 minutes and all that. But I gotta say, you know, first impressions, I mean, the production is extremely impressive. I mean, it's got Diana Ross in the lead, and of course it's got Michael Jackson as the Scarecrow. And yeah, it's of course, and I even didn't know this until I looked closely enough. It's Richard Pryor is the Wiz, so I'm a huge Richard Pryor fan. So that was, you know, that was pretty cool there. He doesn't sing, thank goodness, but you know, we still appreciate him nonetheless.
That last portion of the movie where we were getting that new take on these characters, where they're going, what they're doing, and a whole lot of funky, badass disco tunes that I can really get into.
Yeah.
There's some good songs, there's some great set designs, and there's a lot to like with this movie, but there's also a lot to kind of complain about, too, at least in my humble opinion. I'm not the biggest musical fan, but I can get into certain musicals, and this one is far from the worst, so it ain't bad.
I share a lot of the same feelings as you, Tom. I think there's things here that are cool to see. I mean, just like this story being reimagined in this way alone is interesting. Clearly, there was a lot of money put into this. You can tell from the sets and everything, and even just the people involved. But at 2 hours and 15 minutes, it's long, and there are some good songs, but you run the risk of when you stretch a musical out to be this long, some of those songs just start to sound the same.
There is something to be said when you end up pretty much just like filming a play, a musical, a stage production. You know, it's like you really should be watching this in a theater live. Right, so trying to put it on film, it's always just going to take something away from it because it's no longer live, it's just on film. This is full fat, you know, Wagyu steak of a movie, you know, and I do like it like that, but I mean, BC is right, like some of the songs and everything, it does run a little bit long, like you wouldn't be sitting for like, there would be like at least 2 intermissions to see this in the theater, not even just one, there'd be at least 2, because like...
We had like 3.
Yeah, I think so. Like,
Even on our own,
like an extra half hour, because it was just like, God damn.
We gotta pee!
But, I mean, it's still...
Nature calls.
Yeah, I don't mind getting full on this, and it is a fun, like, reimagining. At the end of the day, this is still a movie, and we've got to throw a star count at it. And like I said, it's not perfect. I enjoyed myself a hell of a lot, and it is a strong, solid 8 for me.
one thing that none of us actually really talked about, but the guy that directed this, Sidney Lumet, he's widely credited with making one of the best films of all time, 12 Angry Men, which is
a great play, by the way.
And it has one of the tightest screenplays. Here's like 12 guys like arguing about the trajectory of someone's life or death, and they do it in like 90 minutes. And this is a lot less deep. It is 2 hours and 15 minutes. So I'm like, part of me is just like, you're right, there is like a cool spectacle to it. And it's not just a remake, like the fact that they brought it in for like a different community, it is a reimagining. So I appreciate it in that sense, but I don't think I could ever sit through this for 2 hours again. It'd be tough for me. So I'm gonna go with a 6 out of 10. I'm positive on it, but I don't love it.
I'm a little middle of the road myself there, BC, but I'm gonna go a pinch lower. I'm going 5.5. I think out of the entire movie, there was maybe 3 songs I liked, and I did dig all the things that were happening in between. It's just that once you overstay your welcome, then you sully everything else. And I feel like, and it's strange because that last portion is arguably the most creative.
I'm a little torn because, I mean, I agree with everything that Tom and Ben just said, but at the same time, I mean, I really thought that the set designs were phenomenal. I thought they just put a lot of heart and soul into this. So it's a mixed bag for me. At the end of the day, I think I'm going to fall somewhere along the lines of a 7.
Oh my
Okay.
God, we are.
There you go, right?
I mean, that's a varied, all over the spectrum a little bit. I mean, none of us were like atrocious.
Well, yeah, it's. I mean,
I think we all knew where each other were coming from.
Yeah.
Like we all had understandable reactions to it.
Yeah, and you know, there's a lot to love about this movie, but there's also a lot to criticize. You guys be the judge, and I hope we've been informative. Until the next time, guys, tune in to Neon Trash.